AussieDoodle fans, here we are at week 5, Willow Gator puppies. They are quite rambunctious this week. They play a lot. That's been the biggest thing that's really been the focus this week, is them just learning to play together and learning how to interact with each other, which they do all the time. Hey Ash, what you doing? What you doing, Ash? Aww. Oh, sorry, they distract me because I just love them so much and I love playing with them. But they're really playing, they're really roughhousing a lot. As you can see, they got new digs, they got this big pen now, upgraded from their box. Behind me, you can see there is a crate. That door will always be open. Probably starting next week, we will put a bed in there, get them accustomed to using it. I also have little crates that we'll be putting up in here, and we'll start to get them used to, probably I start about week 6.5, get them used to being in their crates a little bit by themselves, so they start to get used to what it's like to be alone just a little bit. Piccolo, what you want? This little guy is the play instigator. Everybody will be sound asleep at 2 o'clock in the morning except Piccolo. And then I see him on the camera going to start playtime. Don't you? Don't you? He plays all the time. He's the one that I see run and just pounce on top of the others. He is all about the play, aren't you? He's so sweet. All the puppies are about the same size right now. I think maybe only 1 or 2 ounce different in any of them, so they should be pretty same. They're all getting their coats in. They're getting super fluffy, aren't you? Hi, Piccolo. But yeah, this guy, he just plays non-stop, on the go. They play with me 24/7. They just had their lunch, so they're starting to get a little tired. Their bellies are all nice and full, so I think they're kind of hiding behind me a little bit. Ash. Willow's getting to where she really plays with them a lot. She really interacts with them and she's teaching them how to play. She's doing a great job weaning them. She feeds them maybe twice a day now. And other than that, when they try to feed, she lets them know, no, that's not okay. So it really helps us and helps us start working on them eating kibble. And with their kibble, it's no longer mash. It's still very wet food. I take kibble, warm water, I pour the warm water over the kibble, but I no longer blend it or mash it up. It's not a puree anymore. I just let the kibble soak the water for about 5 minutes, and then they're eating that 3 times a day. Piccolo, you are a toe biter. Romeo and Mel, he's a toe biter. He is. But we've been working on that too, and working on distraction. When he does start biting toes, I typically will give him this bone, or I have a little rag that I play tug with and do things like that. But he is definitely the one that gets me. But right now it's Ash. Right now it's Ash. And sweet Rosie, she's still my girl. You can just tell. I don't know what it is. But she just seems more feminine and softer with everything that she does. She still plays. She still eats. She probably eats the most. She's our little piggy. But she's dainty about it. So when I put the food bowl down, they all come running. Mo jumps right in the middle of it. He doesn't care if his paws are getting messy and dirty. And Rosie eats around the edges, and she'll start to step in it, and she'll put one little paw in, and she shakes it and pulls it off. So she's just dainty, aren't you? Her coat, you can see her fluffy coat's coming in too. All right, Willie, don't make her pee on me. So this week they've really honestly just been learning to play together, learning to play with their mom. They play with Callie. I do have 4 mini Aussies. But you'll see Willow obviously in here all the time. Callie, you may see in the pen every now and then with Willow and with me, never without us. But I don't want you guys to be shocked or surprised or upset if you do see her in here. That's been Willow's lead 100%. Willow and Callie are very bonded. They are the same age. They have grown up together. I got them at the same time, about a week apart, I think. And They have this very, very strong sisterly bond, and Willow wants Callie around her puppies. So that's really good for you guys that the puppies are already getting exposure to other dogs and used to other dogs and learning some of those interactions. Callie loves being at Callie, and she's much more tolerant of them chewing and biting and playing than Willow is. Willow's a good mama. She disciplines and puts them in their place. Callie's a good at Callie, just lets them play. It's pretty funny. But don't be alarmed if you do see another dog in here. She's never in here without supervision, ever. She's not allowed in the room at all unless I'm in the room with her, so. There's a dog pulling my clothes again. Who is it? Who is it? Mighty Mo! It's the Mighty Mo! Come here, Mo. Willow, can I play with them? Can I play with them? My daughter's, my 6-year-old, she's like, where's Mighty Mo? She loves the name. She jokes all the time about it. Where's Mighty Mo? Super fluffy coat as well. He has a little speck of blue in his left eye as well. I'm not sure if that one will stay or change. It's a little bit darker than what Rosie has, but it might. We'll see. He's a rambunctious one. He's just a bulldozer, aren't you? He reminds me of my son, just all boy all the time. Yeah. They're super good though. They've all been learning to use the potty. Very few accidents to clean up when I do come in here. Willow is stopping cleaning up after them pretty much at this point. So she's leaving most of that work to me now that they're eating kibble, which is normal. It's a normal process of weaning. Hi, buddy. You want to play? What you doing, Mo? So next week is when we really get to start training. We do barrier challenges with them where I make them work a little bit for their food. It's basically just to get their brains thinking and firing. One of the things about Aussies, especially as well as poodles, they're both used to help with stock, poodles hunting, and obviously Aussies herding. They have to learn to think for themselves. And that's one of the things that's super, super important, to get them to learn to think for themselves. So we work on that even at this young age. Probably starting about 6.5 weeks, they'll start doing barrier challenges with them where they have to figure out how to get to their food. It's not difficult. They just have to, like, maybe the first time walk around something. Then they may have to walk to 2 things, or it's nothing challenging or strenuous or any intense mazes or anything, but it's just a couple little things. And it's so funny. Some puppies get it right away. Some puppies need a little bit of practice. But we'll start with that next week. We'll start treat training next week. We'll start clicker training next week. So all of that stuff will build up so that when you guys get them, they'll already know what those things are and they'll be very excited about it and they'll want to work for them. Since they had lunch, they're a little tired. Mom's been in here playing with them quite a bit. So they're getting a little bit tired, not quite as rambunctious as they were earlier. You can see Piccolo's already ready to curl up. He'll be the first one awake wanting to play though, I promise. Hey Mo. Hi Mighty Mo. You're mighty, alright. I do let them kiss me. I don't ever stop them from doing that behavior, but I do stop them as soon as it comes to teeth on me. They have to learn that they can't teeth. Again, we don't discipline, we just redirect. Just like you would a baby. It's really similar. No! What is it? Alright, Willow. Alright, Willow. What's wrong, though? Do you want to go play with Mama? Go play. Ash was trying to curl up and sleep, and Rosie's over here grabbing his tail, saying, come play. Come play. Another thing I have been doing with them this week is trying to get them very used to being on their backs. It teaches them to learn to trust. That's the most vulnerable position that they can be, is on their back. And if they can get comfortable doing that, it definitely helps them really build trust. So we've been working on that with all of them. All of them are pretty good with it. Most of them like it. They like tummy scratches. I cuddle them kind of like a little baby. You know, rub their bellies. You love it, don't you, Piccolo? Piccolo is ready for a nap. So Ash was chewing on my jeans, so I just gave him something better to chew on, and he went right to it. So, which is excellent. I just can't say enough. I know I feel like I just keep talking and talking, but I love these puppies. This has been one of my favorite litters that I've had. Willow's a great mom. She disciplines when she needs to. She loves when she needs to. She's already weaning and doing a lot of the things on her own. She doesn't need a lot of guidance or help from me. It's like this mama thing comes natural to her. And I may have mentioned this. And if so, video editors can cut this out, but you guys may see Callie in the pen. Please be assured that she will only ever be in the pen with me in the room and Willow in the room. She's never to have access to the puppies without both of us in the room. It's all at Willow's preference. Willow really loves Callie. She likes to share her puppies with Callie. If Willow is uncomfortable in any way, I really study Willow's body language to make sure that I know what she's comfortable with and not. Then Callie would leave immediately. I do have 2 other Aussies that in the house. They are not allowed in the room. While they all get along really well, it's Willow and Callie that are super bonded. So Callie's the only one that's allowed in. Can y'all see this? Ash and Willow are starting to play, but I think I distracted them when I moved whenever Piccolo was getting my toes. Willow, can your puppies have it? Can your puppies have it? What you think? Alright, that's all for this week, and I can't wait to see you guys next week and see what kind of tricks these guys are up to. I hope you guys have a great week.